Welcome CFDA fashion designers across the globe to the Global E-commerce and Logistics Series in partnership with Getting to Global. I'm your host, Josh Halpern, aka the VanBassador. Today we're heading south to Buenos Aires to talk to Elena Pettita from Mercado Libre. She runs the fashion, beauty, and pharma portfolios there, and she's going to deep dive with us on how non-Latin based brands can enter the Latin American market. What are the trends online? What are the key considerations that you need to have as you build your Latin American market entry strategy? Let's check it out with Elena Pettita now.
Thank you, Josh, for having me here. I'm really happy and excited to join this interview.
What are the 5 fashion industry trends in Latin America that fashion brands that are not in Latin America should know about?
The fashion industry in Latin America, it's huge and has been growing massively in the couple of years. It's a region full of opportunities due to its growth and market size. Think about this way. Latin America has over 600 million people. Brazil is part of the top 10 biggest country revenues in apparel, women's market, and delivery and logistics improve significantly in the region, so brands are rushing to meet the consumer demand. Having said this, Brazil and Mexico are the largest and most rewarding retail markets due to the size of the population and the expanding middle class that has a huge appetite for international brands. Looking forward into these fashion trends that you asked me, Josh, I would mention 5 highlights. The first one is quality and material. Latin America fashion brands are committed to quality. Lots of unique and premium materials are exported worldwide from LATAM to other countries. The second fashion trend is considered culture. Latin American fashion has a stronger attachment to its culture, which makes each product unique. It's usually handmade. For example, in Peru, each village has its own weaving technique. Each product tells a story. There are pieces that you won't find elsewhere in the world and that only can be found locally in this country. The third one is prints and patterns. The Latin American woman is very feminine, very secure, and very sexy. They love to wear printed dresses. All prints are unique to a brand and change between each country. For example, Colombia or Brazil are more likely to use printed bikinis with palm trees or colorful bikinis, whereas in Argentina, we tend to use more modern prints. 4 would be accessories. Latin America fashion industry is big on accessories. We use big earrings, scarves, bags, rich colorful materials are used in each one of these pieces. Last but not least is sustainability. Sustainability is a must in LATAM and most worldwide industry nowadays. From the first time, sustainability topped the list of the biggest challenges facing this industry, and it's almost named as a biggest opportunity. It's amazing how increasingly brands are starting to shift and to pay more attention to their impact on the environment, not only in the fashion industry, and not only from a brand perspective, but also from a customer perspective as well. Younger generations are paying much attention to this topic and becoming more demanding in terms of process, recycling, reusing.
So there's a lot of trends that I'm seeing when you're trying to localize your content and your story away from gender-specific articles of clothing. Could you talk a little about the movement in Latin America around genderless fashion?
Yeah, I would also like to talk about this huge genderless trend where fashion pieces are unique. In fact, in Mercado Libre, we did a regional campaign talking about genderless fashion, and we obtained excellent results.
Is that because the consumer doesn't identify an article of clothing with a gender, or is it because you just don't want to talk about it being specifically gender?
I think it's both sides. There are some articles or pieces that are used by men and women and are unique pieces, like jogging or pajama, but there's some pieces that are for men that women tend to use them. They're both sides wearing both things. It depends on the category you're talking about.
How does that work with sizing, for example? If I'm listing my products on a site, we tend to say, okay, this is a women's shoe, and therefore these are women's sizes. This is a men's shoe. But if you're not saying it's men's or women's shoes, do they articulate that in some other way?
I think that now it's like more sizeless. Like there's no the large, extra large. There's unique size, so anyone can use it, and you can be for you. Maybe it's for your size, but if a woman uses it, it's more huge, and so it's like the trend we are using. Not each piece is perfect for each person. It's just we can all use this trend, we can all use this color, we can all use this size. We just made like a special collection with Puma for Argentina for this campaign, and it was really good, and sells lots of pieces.
They did a campaign, so it was a marketing campaign, and the content was more genderless, or was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The content was most genderless, and all the prints and the pattern, as I was talking before, were genderless. So you can have a woman or a man or something strange with some colors. Maybe we used to think that pink is for women and black is for men, and this was all mixed up.
It's a wonderful world we're living in where this is starting to spread. I find actually when I spent the last 3 years in Mexico City, and there was definitely a wide array of interpretation of what a man and a woman should wear. It's much broader and I'd say liberal in a sense than we are in the US.
This is a huge trend, but it's still in the beginning of this generation to go with.
Are you feeling like the world is starting to understand and respect Latin America as an origin of fashion and beauty?
Yes, I think historically Latin America has been overlooked or slightly underestimated by international fashion industry, but it's incredible how fast it's growing thanks to huge improvements in logistics and e-commerce platforms that allows brands to ship and sell internationally.
Okay, Elena, so now I want to dive deeper into the specifics by country, not just Latin America overall. And the reason I'm so excited to have you on the phone, in particular from Mercado Libre, is because you're the largest marketplace in Latin America. You're in Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil. I'm always missing one or two. Argentina, Peru. So obviously you have an amazing vantage point around what the trends are and specifically by country. Also, obviously, as people may not know, you can sell either on Mercado Libre in those countries by listing your products on the marketplace, but you can also sell CBT. So from the US, you can actually sell cross-border, either direct fulfillment to the consumer, or you can bring product into warehouses either in Chile or Mexico and fulfill directly from Mercado Libre's cross-border warehouse into those countries. So it's a great opportunity to incrementally get into LATAM. But again, so where are we going? Which countries and why?
Yeah. Fashion has a relevant market share between all our net sales. The category brings significant GMV and provides value to our ecosystem, but we still have an opportunity to improve in awareness. From a customer perspective, basics, sports, and kids require less fashion experience and less assortment curation, so these categories account for our 60% of the transactions. Brazil, Mexico, and Argentina are our biggest countries in LATAM. So to define the top category by country, I choose these three that are the most interesting to know. In Brazil, sneakers, underwear, bags and purses, sportswears, and t-shirts are the top 5 categories. While in Mexico, sneakers, again bag and purses, fashion accessories such as belts, hats, wallets, underwear, and sleepwear. Finally, in Argentina, sneakers also come in the top category, bags and purses, sleepwear, jackets and cover jackets, and sunglasses. These are the top categories in these 3 countries. As you could see, some of the categories are repeated in each of these 3 important markets for us, such as sneakers or bag and purchase or underwear.
What is the opportunity for US-based fashion brands to enter the Latin American market? Is there saturation? Is there still a lot of demand or unmet demand for non-Latin based fashion brands?
There is a huge opportunity for international brands to join the Latin market, because we are so many people and we have a so diverse culture in each of these countries that there's space for everyone here. We are more than 600 million people, so you can imagine that there are international brands, local brands, more trends, and so I think there is space for anyone to come.
Okay, let me ask you something, Elena. We're going to get personal now.
Okay.
Saturday night, you're going out. What are the top 3 brands that are not LATAM based that you would wear?
That are not. I love Sadiq and Voltaire. I also use Levi's jeans and some sneakers, Nike sneakers.
Okay, for those watching at home, Levi's is Levi's and Nike is Nike. We'll just translate that for everyone.
Okay.
What about Latin American brands that we may not have heard about?
I choose Maria Cher brand, and I also would like to choose a female local brand for Argentina. It's called René. It has unique pieces of each material, novel, and sustainability brand. And to end with, I would choose, let me think of Renner, that it's from Brazil, that has so basics and local t-shirts.
Now you said, what's that last one? René?
Renner.
Renner. How many R's are in that brand name?
What? Lots.
We can't buy that. We don't know how many R's. We can't spell that in a search field.
Renner.
That's like 3 R's.
Yeah, 2.
It sounds like 17. Okay. How do you spell it?
Renner. It's like a Zara, but for Latin America.
Okay. Renner. Now,
Renner.
We'll talk about that later. So the PYME, by the way, for everyone listening at home, those pequeña y mediana empresa, or small business company, as we would say, or enterprise in the US. Okay. So that's very interesting to understand. And I'd like to say, we'll definitely check those out online. If you're listening at home, of course, check out some of these brands and understand the parallel. Also, feel free to check in with Elena Pettita online, I'm sure. And we'll see you in Argentina or somewhere else in LATAM, hopefully soon.
Yeah, thank you, Josh, for having me here. I really enjoyed this talk. And I hope you see you soon in Argentina for a Malbec.
Awesome. Malbec for everyone. We'll see you guys soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.